Okay, this is OK here, and we're going to be doing a quick Crazyhouse Puzzles stream. We'll start out on chessvariants.training, and we'll review some of the puzzles on leechess.org, and we might later move over to leechess.org to look at some studies. But quickly doing a few puzzles. So in this one, color to play is black. So this website is chessvariants, all one word, .training, simply that. You can sign up, and it's great for variant puzzles. Now, it's very hard to believe there's a mating attack, I was thinking, until I saw maybe this move. Maybe this move. And the idea is if he goes this way, bishop here, king here, rook here is checkmate. So bishop takes pawn is actually quite good. If he takes the queen, we get a queen with check. He can't take with the knight because it's pinned. He can't back off because otherwise we have a rook in hand, rook here, king here, and surely there's a mate. Where is it? Queen takes knight, queen takes, and knight here, checkmate. So that feels like the plan. So here I was going to go pawn here. And this is obviously mating. I don't know if it's the fastest mate. A rook in the corner was the idea. Queen takes knight, queen takes queen, and the idea is that knight here does cover this square. That was my plan anyway. And he does that. Well, that doesn't help. Knight here is still checkmate. Yes. Okay, so it's just a 13-12 puzzle, so not too difficult. So what would we say is the theme of this puzzle? I'd say it's capture with check. And so just to show you the themes, capture with check is capturing a piece other than the queen with check, often to be used later in a mating sequence. I think that was the key to this puzzle, that we needed that knight to finish off the thing. So it's already tagged with attack on both colours. Interesting. That's true. Attack on both colours. That's a good one. I'm going to take whoever tagged this already, attack on both colours, and just add in capture with check. And I'm not sure if this is off the screen for you, this tagging procedure. And if it is, yeah, you can see it. That's great. You can see what I'm doing. So I'm a tagger on this site, and so you can see it's added the tags. Wonderful, wonderful. So so that was just a test puzzle. In fact, I might have tagged that myself in the past. So that was not my intention to begin with that. But okay, never mind. Let's go on to the next puzzle, which is this one. So it's puzzle 3012 for those who are on the website. And yeah, in case of any difficulty, we're going to head over to Lichess to analyze the puzzles. We might also do a little bit of analysis on Lichess of some Crazyhouse League games. I'm not sure. This is a very, very quick stream. Maybe half an hour, maybe 3/4 of an hour. A quick training because I will be playing a Crazyhouse 960 match at 1 in the morning, so that's in 7 hours. But I'm off to dinner in a short while. Before that, this is interesting. Takes, takes, king takes. And then I quite like the idea of knight here, because it's checkmate. So that's it. So we're stopping the king from getting back. The bishop all the while is protected. We don't want to move that knight, and that's checkmate. So I guess this is a DN mate, but it's a DNR mate because the rook is needed as well. So no one's tagged this yet. What should we tag it? I guess it's a DNR mate, but it's not very not very clear. What's the theme here? I'm not sure. I'm going to go DNR. DNR just means diagonal, knight, and rook. The diagonal is the bishop is key, the knight is key, the rook is key, and they're all working together. So, okay, let's move quickly on. We want to get as many done as possible before we have to go. So queen here checks, my first thought. Okay, that's no good because the rook covers. Queen here, that's no good because the knight covers. So bishop, queen, bishop here, surely. Bishop here, maybe. Bishop here, bishop here. So bishop here is the advantage, we can pick up another piece. Bishop here is more forcing. What does it do? What it does is if he steps up, we have queen here, checkmate. And if he steps back, we have queen here, checkmate. So bishop here I like is a really forcing move. But what's the follow-up? Knight here. And if he just steps back, no. Bishop here, here. Ooh, how do we finish this off? Maybe, yeah, no. So the problem is the knight's covering this square and this square, but not this square, interestingly. Also, I wonder, is this board big enough? It probably is. If I made it bigger, yeah, then the pieces get funny. Weird. So, yeah, that's annoying. So what's it at? So that's 100%, just normal. Okay. I mean, I could have it a tiny bit bigger, but that just uses up. Oh, I could have it a little bit bigger. But then if I do that, can you... Okay, I'll test that for a second. But, okay, I need to figure out this puzzle. Knight. Do I go with the knight first? No, that doesn't seem to work. I like the idea of bishop here, but I'm not seeing it. So much for thinking quickly. Bishop here. King takes. No, this doesn't work. What about bishop here? That doesn't work. What about bishop here and then take whatever he blocks with? Okay, I'm going to go with that. I'm not sure. Oh, it's correct. Okay, that's interesting. So now I take this. Okay, now I could put a queen here if I want to. Queen here. I'm going to definitely analyze this on Lichess because I didn't see all the lines. So queen here is interesting, but maybe bishop here check first. And then queen there. See, block off the escape. No, this bishop's hanging. Okay, queen there first. Queen there first. Then bishop there, then bishop there. Then pawn here. That was actually what I thought originally. But that was actually my original thought when I was looking at the puzzle. So now I'm going to open it up on an analysis board on Lichess. Actually, what's the theme of this puzzle, do we think? We needed that extra pawn somehow. Why? Okay, we need to analyze this. So, bishop here. Oh, we're not playing tonight. Okay. So I've made a discovery. I need to reschedule. Something's come up. Okay, no problem. So continuing the analysis. Whoops. Okay, we go bishop here, check. Okay, he has to block. D6 makes sense because it gives another. Okay, bishop takes D6. Why not just take this? That's the obvious thing. And I was thinking knight B5. We have an extra pawn now, and that extra pawn is going to be key, isn't it? Or is it? We didn't need the pawn at all. So that makes me go, why couldn't we go bishop here to start with? Because I couldn't see a mate in this position. Then knight b5. Ah, yes, okay. That's why. Okay, so the reason we go bishop here is because he could just block with the pawn like this. And then we do need the pawn. Knight b5, king to e7, and that pawn is key. So it's really important in this position to have to pick up that extra pawn or piece. So capture with check. That's why we don't just play bishop d6 and give the bishop away for nothing. We do need to give to capture something. So capture with check was important. And then I made a mistake in this position here. Takes here, and I thought I'd get fancy and do this, and this is just terrible because then he does this. So the point is, if he takes the bishop, knight here, and so once you go bishop there, you're taking away that beautiful square for the knight. So queen to e7, king here, bishop b5, king here, and we're basically hunting the king. King a5. So it's a bit of a king hunt in the actual puzzle. But I think the key is capture with check. We need the extra piece. So I'd say that's the main theme. I should quickly respond to PKR. Um, uh, to say, yeah, thanks for letting me know that I don't need to stay up till 1 a.m. unless I want to. So I might stay up, but we don't have to. Okay, so I'm going to close that down. Okay, so that was interesting. This analysis board. So capture with, it's again capture with check. Capturing a piece other than a queen with check often used later in a mating sequence. Actually, just to look at the analysis again. Suppose he puts a knight in the way. Takes, knight b5, king to e7. Now this is interesting. Yeah, knight to f5 is the move. So it's all about controlling this very key e7 square. So even if he steps up, queen at e7 is checkmate, as before. Okay, very nice. Let us quickly move on to the next one and do as many puzzles as possible in as little time as possible. Feel free to join in chat. Okay, black to play, black to play. Okay, hopefully the sound is good, but maybe I'll move the microphone a little bit closer in case it's not so good. Black to play. Okay, that white king is delicious, but we only have pawns, so you've got to be a little bit careful. And both those are weak, so you do have to be careful because okay, so the threat is takes here, takes here. That's something of a threat. And then run back. So he's trying to run here, here, and so on. So it's not so straightforward. Not very straightforward at all. In the meantime, white has got a whole army. So this is a really critical position as black. We really need to find the right move. Okay, I like this because at least it protects one of our pieces. If he were to be stupid enough to step back, then pawn here is checkmate because the knights control all the back off squares. So bishop takes pawn is quite a forcing move as well because it forces king takes pawn. The only problem is that king does have a future. Oh, we could go pawn here anyway. If we have enough pawns, go pawn here anyway, or pawn here. Okay, so I think I've seen it. Bishop takes pawn, king takes pawn, pawn here. He can't take that knight, but if he takes this knight, we use a second pawn. Oh, no, he's running this way then. E. Maybe pawn here then. Kamehameha over... Okay, how do I say this? Kamehameha over 9,000. Bishop c3 looks best, then knight f6. Agreed? Agreed. Oh, knight f6. Sweet. Saves the knight. Yeah, I was looking at really complicated things like this, and pawn here. King takes knight, pawn here. So, this, pawn here, knight takes pawn, pawn takes, king takes pawn. Then we have a knight in hand. But wow, yeah, just bracking off the knight conserves the material and controls this square. That looks incredibly powerful. And then he has to go here. He then only has those two squares for the king, but so that's the king run that we have to control in that situation. So bishop takes pawn, king takes pawn. If we just back off, he goes here. So he says, why does no one know Kamehameha? Over 9,000. I wonder. Now, how to stop this run of the king back to say, but it can't go as far as that. But yeah, this is frustrating. I can't see it. It's such a nice move, knight f6, but how to continue? Knight f6. So we could go g6. At g6. So at g6, we use one of our pawns. He does this. This. He does this. So then we go this. No, we use the pawn here, which we added to go this. If he comes here, pawn here is checkmate. So he now has 2 squares for the king. Well, we used up one of our pawns, so we've only got 1 pawn left. But and so we can use 1 pawn for there. Huh. I'm just feeling I'm running out of materials. I'm going to play the first move. But the second move, my goodness, I'm stuck. So this, at g6, this, this, at h5, this, and I'm not seeing, I'm not seeing it. So I'm wondering if it's not this, but this, he's got takes, king takes. Looks dubious, but surely this is enough. Okay, we're going to look at analysis board afterwards. This is the correct variation. I'm thinking knight here and pawn here will finish this. Just double checking. Pawn here is checkmate, right? Yay! So that was an 1807 puzzle. That's a good one. Between All You Need Is Luft and Krunkshaft. So let's look at analysis board, because that was actually quite tricky. Because it's quite tricky, because as you said, knight f6 is really tempting. Knight f6 doesn't work. Oh, it does work. Haha. But how does it work? So actually, is it 1 move slower, knight f6? It's a bit faster than it says. Mate in 6. So knight f6 does work, but it's a mate in 6. So knight f6, king c5. Yeah, we need to bring that knight back, apparently. Oh, so it doesn't work, knight f6. You need to go back to this e6 line. Because, okay, so if we try and do other things, like, which I was thinking here, this is the line I was calculating. King to b5, c6, king to a4, this, king to b3. Hey, we still got 2 pawns. How come? And why isn't that mate if we have 2 pawns? Oh, because our bishop isn't defended. That's a nightmare. Okay, so the move here, if we did want to continue after knight f6 and didn't want to just go back and forth, is knight f to d7. King to d5. No, we have to again go back to f6. So basically the knight f6 idea, pretty though it is, doesn't actually work. You need at e6 in order to mate. Very important. Okay, that was quite tricky. The bishop is loose if you go knight f6, exactly, yeah. So I'm pretty pleased I got that right. I mean, I guess I was lucky. So what's the theme of this one? I guess it's diagonal and knights mates. I don't really see anything else. Maybe king hunt. It's a kind of king hunt. Yeah, it's a kind of king hunt. This is a really good training. The reason for this tagging is so that in future people can train specific ideas. And just to show you again, what does DN mean? DN is mating pattern involving diagonal and knight, at least one of each. What about a king hunt? King hunt, creating a mating net against a king in the middle of the board. So you see, these are these themes. So, and the website we're using is chessvariants.training. We're now on puzzle 3015. Well, we're trying. We're doing these puzzles in a certain order so that to help the tagging. So Kamehameha 9000 says knight f6 is a standard chess idea, but it seems not always the best in Crazyhouse. So it seems. I mean, yeah, I guess those knights were good if we could find the mate, as it were, already. Okay, so we don't have much in hand. We only got 2 pawns and a bishop, and also not much time. I'm afraid this is it's really great to have you all here, actually, watching, but it's going to be a fairly short stream, unfortunately. Such is life. 2 pawns and a bishop. I mean, I'm thinking pawn here, but the king just sidesteps. I'm just thinking takes, pawn here. That looks really strong. I'm just going to do it. Oh, really? It's so strong, but it's not right. It just felt, oh, knight takes. No, no, hang on, what am I talking about? Takes, takes, pawn here. We're controlling the e7 square. If takes, takes, this is surely mating. So this is easy to get wrong. Is it this first? I mean, no, no, you just tell me the answer. Bishop. Bishop check. Why? Then take. Oh, that's such a beautiful idea. Of course. The bishop defends backwards and supports a new queen. Now that's a good one. We learnt something today. We definitely learnt something today. How to mate with diagonals. DD. Or is it DQ? Let's have a look at the themes. So DD is mating with diagonals. DQ, mating pattern involving diagonal and queen. Yeah, this is a DQ mating pattern. DQ, very important, how the diagonal can support the queen. That's really instructive, actually. A lot of people got that wrong, even though it's so simple. You see, it's got a puzzle rating of 1786, which is very high on this site. Okay, that's a good one. Let's go to the next one. Okay, we have a knight, bishop, and queen in hand. And that king, to be honest, looks pretty safe. Not only has it got two pawns blocking up the g file, it's got a bishop actually secretly defending g7. The only slight weakness, the slight entry square, is we do have knight d7 check, potentially. So if we had a second knight, we might have ideas of queen here, rook here, knight here, smothered mate. But we don't have a second knight, and so like, what's that all about? Oh, and if he ever came out here, then there are sort of there might be nifty ideas involving this, but as king takes knight, yeah, I'm not seeing anything straight up. And then the other thing is this. No, that's really well defended. Just going to think a couple more seconds before looking in chat. I should be able to see this. Knight here. If king here, no, there's nothing there. How are we going to pick up a knight? Okay, maybe I'll look at chat. Gingerbread Man Crazyhouse says it's a smothered mate. Yeah, I'd have thought that, but I don't see it. Knight here, king here, queen here, rook takes, knight takes pawn, pawn takes. Not seeing it. Knight takes pawn, pawn takes. I'm having ideas, but I'm not sure if they're any good. No. So I was having crazy ideas of knight here, king here, and I still haven't even analysed king here. But going knight takes pawn, pawn takes, queen here takes, knight here. We've only got a bishop left in hand. This is very disappointing. I feel like I'm missing a lot here. What am I missing? And even if I go knight here, you can just go king here. So it's not very convincing. Wow, I just don't see this at all. Knight here, king here. We need a second knight. We've definitely only got one knight. Black has no good checks. That's true. So we could do a slow move. That's very true. Still nothing really obvious. Like, really nothing. I mean, we don't do something like that. That's far too slow. Then he defends. He's only got 3 pawns. What, just go knight here? Seems ridiculous. No, we have to do something forcing it. I'm not seeing this one. Knight here, king here. Knight here. I'm not seeing this one at all. I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to. If anyone in this chat has got it, otherwise I just got to move on. Very disappointed. I can't see anything. I'm just going to play the only check. I just don't see it. No, it's not correct. Just take the pawn? Whoa. Okay, so obviously we're threatening mate here. So he blocks. Okay. So the point is, if he were to take this, we actually have queen here takes any blocker, and knight here smothered mate. That's interesting. That's interesting. So he has to do king here, and now, okay, so that got me. It's just, yeah. So it ends in a back rank. Oh my goodness, it's really playing this quiet move. Just a quiet move. It's not really a quiet move. It's a mate threat, and getting in on f7 with a pawn instead, and that also works. Mate threat, back rank. Mate threat, smother, and back rank. Those are the themes. So I'll just explain what those are. Smother, back rank. So just to open up the definitions. So we all know what a smother is. Mating pattern involving the king being hemmed in by its own pieces and mated, often by a knight. Back rank. We of course know what a back rank is. A mating pattern in which the opponent king is confined to the back ranks can only defend along that rank by taking a piece or how does it continue? By taking, checking piece, or blocking. And what was the other theme? It was mate threat. Yeah, so just playing a very quiet move. It's not really quiet because you don't really get quiet moves at all in Crazyhouse. So I haven't got quiet move as a theme, but it's a mate threat move, threatening mate with a non-checking move. That's as quiet as Crazyhouse gets. So okay, well done. Yeah, Gingerbread Man, Kane Hammer for like realizing that there was some smother, take it slow idea. I did not get that at all. Okay, I'm going to have to go really soon, but maybe time for 3 or 4 more puzzles. That one slowed me down a lot. Okay, so I quite like knight here, check, maybe pick up the queen. Yeah, this is just going to be very standard. So we go knight here, check, I think. That's my hunch. If he goes into the corner, we draw him out and then take the queen with check. Taking the queen is good because then we'll have a queen, 2 bishops, and a rook. We just put the queen on, the bishop on. If he goes there, rook is mate. If he goes here, bishop and a rook is mate. So that seems to be the way to do it. Unless there's something really quick. I don't think there is. I think that's just standard. I'm going to take the queen. Put the queen on, blocking the king's escape. Put the bishop on. I've got 1 bishop. Oh, that's fine. Take the queen. Oh God, I'm so stupid. Yeah, that was quite unnecessary. I knew what I was doing, and I just completely forgot. So quite important. This drawing the king, capture queen with check. So the theme is capture queen with check, capture queen with check, and dr to finish. Anything else? Block escape was also a nice theme. So just to explain block escape, because that's a new one we haven't seen this stream. Block escape, a mating pattern which the check forces the opponent to block off his king's own escape path. So the block escape was when you put the queen down, it stops the king from running out. So the themes are capture queen with check, block escape, and dr to finish. I don't think we need to look at anything on Lichess in the analysis board. That was quite clear, that one. So a relatively easy puzzle. Really important, capturing the queen with check. That kind of idea comes up a lot. 3018 we're looking at now. We have a pawn and knight in hand. So the thing to notice first is that's the king's escape route. And we have a very powerful check here, which actually takes that king's escape route away. Which means that then we can then go knight takes bishop, pawn takes, knight here check. If he takes, queen takes pawn. Oh no, it's not. Queen defends. Okay, ignore me. So queen takes pawn looks like a good first move. He blocks, and then it's just a case of how do I find... I need to find a check, any old check, and he's finished. But I can't see a check. Knight takes bishop. Knight takes bishop, pawn takes. Bishop here. Oh. Maybe ideas here. Hi there, Oppa. Do I get puzzles for other variants? Yes, and there's theme tagging for other variants, but I'm the one managing and helping others choose themes for the Crazyhouse puzzles. So queen takes pawn is surely the first move, because then the king is in the mating net. But then the problem is deflecting some defender to finish off the mate. So I'm still okay. So I'll play the first move. I know that's the first move. That's fairly clear. But then I'm slightly unclear how to finish this. So obviously, if we could go bishop takes pawn, that would be great. But he goes rook takes. Bishop takes rook. We could always pick up a rook if that's helpful. Don't see that. We had knight here, and the knight takes bishop was interesting as well. Knight takes bishop, pawn takes, and bishop here. That was one of my original ideas. Knight takes bishop, pawn takes. Oh, interestingly, this rook, he's got quite good defense. Do I have time for other variants? No. I'm going to dinner in 5 minutes. This is a very, very quick stream. Oh, maybe maybe after midnight, but no, not really. Because my Crazyhouse match with PKR has been cancelled, which would have been at 1 AM. This is quite good because it undermines this, but the queen is still defending this. But maybe you could deflect the queen. But the whole point of doing it was knight here, and the rook can just take the knight, so that doesn't work. Maybe something here. But then if I do this, then the king gets a free square, so that doesn't work. So yeah, where's the mate here? Knight takes bishop, pawn takes. Bishop here. I'm not seeing anything here. And so Oppa in chat, can you see the mate? Takes is interesting. Queen takes is annoying. Actually gives him this square, potentially. Even king takes. So maybe that's not the best move. Knight here takes. That doesn't work. LEPA01 sees it. Okay, I mean I could capture a second knight, then I've got 2 knights and pawns in hand. Yeah, that might do it actually. It's so counterintuitive. Maybe it does it. Queen takes knight, knight takes. Knight here. He can't go back this way because otherwise pawn, pawn and second knight. So you'd have to run up again. But then knight there's checkmate. Okay, so no. Okay, I'm completely wrong. Offer says I think knight b1. Knight b1. Knight b1. I'm going to analyze this on Lichess, and this might be the last puzzle. Knight b1. What's knight b1 do? He just takes it. Confused. Oh, and then we have this. Oh, deflect the defender. Yes. And now that's so nice. And now pawn here takes, and back rank mate. Back rank mate to finish. Wow. So block escape. So queen takes pawn is really important to block the escape. Then deflect the defender, and then it's just a simple back rank mate. Yes. So just to recap, block escape is this one. Let's just write this down. Deflect defender. We haven't had that before this stream, and so I'll just show you what deflect defender is. It's a common theme in Crazyhouse, forcing the opponent to move a piece that was defending a key square often defending against mate. So yeah, in this case, the rook was defending c3. It was a very very nice move. Deflect the defender, and then it's just a simple back rank mate. I don't think the back rank mate is interesting, so I won't put it as a theme. Except now I've left a comma there, which I didn't mean to do. Should I say it's a back rank? No, it's just deflect defender is the key. Something funny's happened now. So let's just play it again and see if it says normal thing. So it gets a. Okay, I could look at this quickly on Lichess. It's not coming out correctly. Block escape, deflect, defender. Yeah, there we go. Let's quickly have a look on Lichess, see if there was any other way of mating. Queen takes f2, okay. So if he blocks with queen e2, by the way, then we take the rook, apparently. King takes and take the queen. Okay, we're just getting too much material. So he does pawn at e2, fair enough. Knight at b1. He has no other move he has to take. Takes. King c1 at b2. Yeah. Rook takes b2. And well, let's analyze why the move we thought. If he goes here, rook a1, and if he goes back here, pawn at c3 is checkmate. Let's see if we go for queen takes knight, because for a second I thought that was doing it. And here I was just simply thinking knight at f5, and the point is he can't go back to here because of at e3, here, at f2, here, and I was thinking something stupid, which was knight g3, rook takes knight, knight takes rook, checkmate, but that's stupid because we have an open square already to mate the king. Okay, but it's not so simple because he could. I was thinking he could go to here, and I thought we could. I thought we could do this, but maybe that's not so smart. Okay, so apparently at e5 is good. This knight is actually controlling the king, bringing him even further forward. And yeah, that's. Oh no, not that one. Knight at f6 is because it can't be taken. But there is one tricky defense, which is king to f2, and we don't have enough apparently. King to g1, at f2, king to. So obviously not king to f1 or it gets mated. So either h1 or h2. Say h1 takes the rook, and then this is a really annoying threat. So maybe to h2 to avoid that. But then knight takes f3, g takes f3 just to give some coverage of g1. You can go bishop g1 anyway, and he could just take it. Takes just to see some sort of idea. Yeah, we haven't got a forced mate. That's the problem. It's good, but it's not forced mate. So okay, a nice one. This one, deflect, and cool. Kamehameha over 9,000 says knight b1 is easy, but also hard. Yeah, deflect defender, really important theme. So important. Do we have time for one more? Yeah, we can go. Let's try and get one more. Color to play black. We have a pawn and two knights. We have a king which wants to run back this way, so clearly we want to cover its escape maybe with a knight here or a knight here. So those are both really good options. Knight here straight away looks like a really good option, but he could still come here. So maybe rook takes pawn first, and if this, knight here is mate, and if knight takes, knight here is mate. Yes. No, I can't calculate. Knight here first, which is what I thought originally, then take is checkmate. Huh! I missed the pin. Okay, pin. So the knight here is a brilliant move. It's covering the escape of the king. Very nice. But I missed that rook takes pawn is just mate here. Pin, cover, escape, and pin are the two themes. But why can't you go rook takes h7 first? Because of this, and then I thought this was checkmate. Oh, he comes here. So in fact, the fastest mate is knight at e3, king to f3, and knight at d2. Yeah, so knight at e3, the idea is we're stopping the king running forward, because once it runs forward, it's then running forward again, and it's a bit of a pain. Yeah. Okay, so we learned some interesting things. So the theme was cover escape rather than block escape, and pin. So let's just remind people what those themes are. So cover escape. So a mating pattern in which a check covers other squares not in the line segment of check in the king's escape path. So that was something quite nice about this knight here, is it it had a dual purpose. Not only were we checking the king, we were also covering its escape. In a way, cover escape's the same as block escape, but it feels slightly different because yeah, but it is a block escape type idea. But pin was the idea I missed. Pins are important. Okay, we're going to do a last puzzle before we go. I think our chat is pretty good. It's pretty good. They're seeing the mates, maybe even better than I am. So congrats, guys. This should be an easy one, surely. We've got 3 knights and a queen. I mean, this is too easy. But what's the mate? So I'm thinking queen here takes bishop. So queen here. Maybe he goes here, and then we take the bishop, and then he goes here, and then we can't go knight here. We can go knight here and knight here. I mean, may not be the fastest mate, but it's surely good. Is there anything better? We could also go knight here. That's also good. King here. Then queen takes bishop. But he still goes to here. Knight here, king here, and he's running off. So I think I'm going to take the bishop now. Oh my goodness. Okay, I do this, and then I take the bishop. I thought I didn't have mate, apart from the slow one. Oh, I have a bishop now. How stupid. Yes, I missed this construction with the queen and bishop. Ah, knight, bishop, queen. Diagonal, knight, queen, mate. So it's a nice diagonal knight, queen, wait. Diagonal knight, queen, mate. I guess, yeah. It was very tempting to capture the bishop immediately. Let's quickly look on analysis board on Lichess. So queen f6, king e8. Why not just capture immediately? Because then he blocks. And yeah, this is what I was thinking. Ah, yes, I was always thinking of queen f7, and that we don't actually have queen f7. But knight f6, then king f8. Oh, this is funny. This is a funny one. That's a funny mate. That's a nice little mate with the 2 knights. Wow. Okay. Is there a more boring mate? I'm sure there is. So stuff like this, king f8, knight d7, king takes g7, bishop to f6 is just using the diagonals. Bishop takes, queen takes, checkmate. I mean, it's just overpowering force. This one, it's hard to say. What's the idea? I guess it's a just diagonal knight and queen mate. So let's go d and q. It's fairly obvious you capture the bishop with check. It's not that interesting. But this construction with the queen and bishop and the knight covering off, that's quite a nice one to have in mind, to have in one's subconscious memory bank. Okay, so let's see. 3 knights and 3 knights. Can we find mate somehow quickly? I should really go, but I don't know. Just want to do more. 3 knights, 3 knights. It's difficult to see how to break through directly without doing something silly like this. You don't want to do that, surely. And interestingly, the king is sort of well defended. Yes, I'm not. How do we break through? Oh, we do have a bishop. So queen takes pawn, king takes. We have crazy moves like bishop here, stopping him from running back, which is interesting. If you did this, knight here is like almost mate. So queen takes pawn, king takes. This is actually interesting. Queen sack, bishop here. You probably have to take the bishop as well. We've given up all our material, but now we've got 3 knights, and maybe we can do something. Or maybe not. There must be something better. In the meantime, the threat from black is this, but it's covered, so no threat. If we ever just go knight here, he just backs off again. It's very difficult to see how pawn here, 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 pawn here. I mean, if he ever goes to here, we can have knight here check. If he ever goes to here, we can do. Yeah, I don't believe in like something like knight at b4. That just doesn't seem right. But let's have a look just in case. Kamehameha says, "How about knight b8?" Wow, deflect defender. Why am I missing this? Yeah, knight b8. Knight b8. Of course. Deflect the defender. My goodness. Now, how to finish? How to finish? How to finish? I'm thinking queen takes pawn or queen takes rook. Or what else? Queen takes rook. Queen takes rook, which takes rook here, king takes knight takes pawn. Not quite seeing it. The bishop is doing quite a good job defending. Yeah, okay, let's make this the last one. I think it's a good one. 2 knights. What can we do with 2 knights? So we could go queen takes pawn, he just blocks. Then what? Nothing. We've got no knight checks. So we've got to do something crazy like queen takes rook, bishop takes rook here, king takes, knight takes pawn. That's my crazy idea. If king here, then we just go back knight here. Okay, but he doesn't go king here. He just goes king here, but and we've lost our rook. Maybe not such a good idea. G8 is hanging. It is. I'm blind. I'm completely blind. Wow. It's just focusing on the queen side. So now what? We have a knight and a rook. 2 knights and a rook. I mean, I could take the queen and then put it back here, but we'll put a knight here. Or I could go for something like this: knight here check. If ever he comes up, just knight takes, knight here check. If it comes up, we have knight takes pawn check. And if he comes here, I'm sure we could use the third knight to finish it off. This might be long-winded though. Okay, so if I go knight here, what if he just does this or this? If he does this, queen takes pawn, and that's not going to last long. So take the queen or knight g7. The decisions. So takes the queen, takes knight here. It's actually kind of defended. I'm going to go with this one. Now, do we take the pawn or the bishop? Bishop is really tempting because the bishop's the defender that's actually keeping everything in check. Knight takes bishop. If he steps here, we're moving in, as it were. And if he then goes here, that's surely like knight at here. That's it. Will yeah. I'm going to go take the bishop. Now what? Now I'm thinking of knight here. So we're stopping the king running here. This knight is stopping the king running back. So the king is actually being pushed all the way forwards. He could come here, but then I've got queen takes pawn, checkmate. So hi there, Smash. You're in time for the last puzzle. We've got knight, bishop, and a rook. What should we do? What should we do? Maybe rook here. That's sneaky. Rook here, because if he takes the knight, bishop here is checkmate. That's really sneaky. And if he takes, rook here. If he takes this way, then that frees up knight here. No. Okay, so there is rook here, queen takes, knight here, check. king here, queen takes pawn, checkmate. I mean, let's do that, let's do that. Ah, yuck, yuck, yuck. Okay. So the idea is do this first. If he blocks, then, oh, bishop there is checkmate in 2. Ah, mating with a bishop. That is pretty nasty. If king takes, bishop here is checkmate. Smash says, I am too tired, I sleep. Bishop d7. Yeah, okay, well that was the last puzzle. I'm just going to quickly look at it on Lee Chess Analysis board. That was a good one. Knight at b8. Deflect defender. Really nice. Ah, open file. That needs to be a theme. There's an open file. Don't even take the queen. This isn't queen takes rook. Queen takes rook, bishop takes knight. Anyway, so knight at g7 is good. King e7. Queen takes pawn is pretty good as well, apparently. Knight takes c6 check was also quite good. But okay, knight takes bishop we did. King e6. And then I went rogue and I did this, which is not bad. We can even just go here. So it's not bad. We give up a rook and we find mate. We don't need any other pieces actually. But there's something much nicer, which was bishop. The idea of bishop at d7, bishop at d7, and then this, or blocking him off. Yeah, and bishop anything mates basically. Rook at f4. I was thinking bishop here. Does bishop here not mate? What's going on? Oh, he's still got another square to go to. Okay, so I need a check that covers this off. So knight g3. Okay, so I guess the two really key themes here were deflect defender and sort of open files. I'm not really sure if there is anything here about open files. There's opening up a file, open up, but there's nothing about like take free pieces. It's too obvious. So yeah, I kind of missed that. What's the theme for take the free piece that's on the open file? It's so obvious and yet I missed it. Deflect defender and capture piece with check, I guess, but it's yeah, deflect defender. Oh, it's interference. That's what it is. It's interference, so then you can take it. Okay, I'll do that as deflect defender. Is it interference? Yeah, it's potentially interference. And interference when the king moves. Okay, so that's yeah, that's interesting. Okay, I really ought to go now. Thanks for joining me. We did about 11 puzzles of Crazyhouse. I was going to advertise a match in Crazyhouse 960 later tonight, but it will instead be happening at another time, maybe this time next week, say, or sometime next week. Thanks for joining me, and if you want to check out my other Crazyhouse videos and my other chess videos, I've got lots of chess videos also, check out my YouTube, but it's mainly Crazyhouse, and then second it's other chess variants, and then quite a lot of chess as well, but very small as a proportion, but still like 3 or 4 really nice videos, hopefully, that I think people will enjoy. So I especially recommend Geometry of Chess, and that's probably my best chess video. And if you're interested in Crazyhouse videos, there's a special playlist I made on my channel of instructional Crazyhouse videos, and the one I recommend there is the one about, it's called something like opening weaknesses or something. How to attack weaknesses in the opening. So it's not about lines like most people who are really good. They know their lines, but it's more about trying to see what are the holes in the position that you attack. Because once you find the holes in the position, then of course you're more likely to get into positions where you have a mating combination available. And of course there are lots and lots of streams I've done doing mating puzzles, because mating puzzles are really important in Crazyhouse. If you miss your chance, you might end up getting mated yourself. Okay, thanks for watching. Hope it's been fun. If you want, I should also advertise my blog, where I also put, for those who don't want to watch long videos, you can also just read the puzzles in a more immediate form. not a non-time-based format. Okay, thanks for joining in and just to share the site where we've been playing here, it's chessvariants.training, and we've also been analysing it on Lichess. I'll be back later, hopefully for some more Lichess study streams. See you all around.